All right, we were all wondering what he was doing, and in fact, today it's in the news. Barney Stinson was indeed a Salesforce admin. So here you go, this is your scenario. So challenge is accepted. We are going to use a lazy admin assistant called SF Explorer to check the data model. If there are something missing, we are going to ask our assistant, Einstein, to add missing description as being Barney. So you'll see there will be some surprise into this. Then we are going to check the flows with the help of this tool. We are going to as well ask Einstein to provide to boost our org with the appropriate descriptions. So this is the flow in blue where the org is boosted with Einstein. On in grid, we are going to leverage the assistant to provide the generation of the newly commented data schema, and that could be exported into an ERD format. Then we are going to export this into Excel so it can be shared with others. You can also provide some documentation of our Apex code, and this is going to be exported into an OpenAPI format. So once it's done, mission completed, we are going to into our org, and as we want to go to this app, so this is the admin assistant, and we are going to log in with this org and authorize this org. We are going to document. That's it. That takes a couple of minutes. What we are going to start with is the object manager. So there you go. There is a list of your. This is a list of your objects. We have different columns. One columns we are going to use is the number of errors, right? So this shows you where there are some mistakes, and that's what we are going to try to fix with this admin assistant. So I have 27 errors on the property C, which this is the object holding the data we have into our org. On the broker has 8 errors. So let's have a look at the errors. So for example, here into my org, and that's the default org you'll get from Trailhead, right? There is missing description for cities. There is missing description for all the fields, beds, address, and so on. And that's not too good. So we are going to look into this, and also you'll see the same for broker, right? The email is missing, the phone is missing, and so on. Number of things we can do from there. So let's open this first object, the property object. One thing you'll see from here is this first screen. The summary shows you the order of the execution. So you'll see information like what are the permissions that are opening this object, what are the different actions that are occurring when you try to save, and finally you save this object. So here there is not much. There is just one line tick page. We're not necessarily going to focus on that. We're going to have a look at the fields. On all the fields here, you will see as well an error column, right, which shows you some of the best practices that have not been followed. You can configure that in the system. One of the best practices we do is the field must be Pascal case, right? And this is not Pascal case date agreement. But anyway, we are going to focus on this. The other one, the description. So from here, you can use the edit button. That shows you, right, the equivalent of the XML you got into VS Code, right? When you deploy it, I'm going to get rid of this for now, the action override, and I'm going to use one prompt, this one. So I'm going to see the associated prompt, and this is by default giving you a prompt to complete the fields with better description. It's asking you to do that in French. So I'm going to remove the French section, and I'm going to ask the system to provide description acting as Barney from I met my mother. I met your mother. So this is the script, right? Going to show you that the Einstein is able to complete your org with context, right? and so on. So let's use this answer, right? I'm going to remove this part on the top, right? And this is what you see directly the difference of what's been provided by the EI. So broker with a broker, the broker object. The same principle. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to use a prompt. Not necessarily going to use Barney, but you get the idea, right? I'm going to tell it just give me the JSON only, right? I'm going to get this easily. Let's see, it's straightforward. I'm going to use this response or format it, right, to get the appropriate format. So you can see easily the difference. So it just added what you need. Going to close and click on update. And that's it. You see, you just updated 2 objects in a matter of minutes. When you get description, right, those are more I guess more what you would expect normally. So let's right. So that's where we are in the script. We just added some missing description with the help of Einstein. So now we are going to check the flows with the help of the assistant and add the missing description. That's going to be the blue part in with the help of Einstein. So let's get rolling. Going to go back here on the look into the flows from the click endpoint, right, to compare with the code, which would more focus on Apex and so on. So let's open this version, right, of my flow. And this is a simplified version, right, of the flow we get into Salesforce. What's interesting, it's in a mermaid format. So it means like you can easily get this on the here. Actually, you have the source, and that's something you can use in Confluence and some other tool. And you have also the more complete version, which contains all the steps you have into Salesforce. So that's the full version, right? If you want to only focus on the API name, it's possible as well. You'll see the API name. But there is an issue with this. You see null when I'm overing the steps. It shows as null because there is no description. So let's ask our assistant the same way, right? So we click and here on edit. This is the JSON version, and from here I'm going to ask the assistant acting as a Salesforce Admin, give me the description, please. Okay, so this is the answer I got from the Einstein service, and there is no description for all my fields, all my elements. Sorry, I'm going to use a use button, and as well you can see the same. You can see the description has been added into all my steps. So there is a lot of work actually into this. Actually, from this you can see sometimes it's made a mistake. So here there is a duplicate object, and you can see because maybe there was something already. So I'm going to fix that. You can check the errors as well from here when there is duplicate object. This is based on the same editor as VS Code, on that will show you as well the errors. So let's close this and update our flow with the description. So it's working on it. And it's just been updated. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the view. And here now I have all the description for my steps. If I go with a full scope, you see there's a screen for entering the property details and so on. This is a create property. So all looks good. And now I have my flow documented. So let's have a look at the data dictionary for those 3 objects. the data model. So I have the property, the broker on the opportunity. So yes, one property as a list of opportunities. So that's important for brokers to be able to book their business, right? But we have our broker and so on. So this is the data model. You can use that and export this on their system. So that's exactly the type of visualization you will see from our org when you select those objects. So here I added the opportunity contact role on the contact that you would get from here. You have some information like the filling percentage. You will see the type for all of them, and you can retrieve example. But what we wanted to show you is definitely the export button. That's it for there. We also just exported this into Excel, so I'm going to show that to you. You can select data dictionary, and that will export, it is into Excel on the nice Excel as you would expect it, with all the data into an Excel format. Okay, so this is what we have exported. So you see an Excel spreadsheet where you see a tab with a summary, so the list of the object you selected. So I only selected 3 objects. I have actually the number of records for each object. I'm going to look into the property object, and you will see the descriptions, right, from Barney. So here the go-to person for all things property related, because 2 heads are better than 1. So only Barney will say something like this, right? And the things like this, the guru of real estate and so on. So that's the description we generated with the AI as well. You can see all of this is now completed, right? There was a bunch of error before, and that will give you the broker. We did not do it for the opportunity, but actually it would be a good idea. See, this is quite empty, but the AI could do that easily for us. We see there is a fill rate of those fields, so many of those fields actually don't need to be documented, because they are not necessarily used into our, but you have the information right from there. So let's continue on our script. The last part of our script I'm going to provide OpenAPI for those objects by clicking on here the API. So that's it. You have the OpenAPI documentation from all of your objects. So let's look at the property C API. So you can retrieve, create, update a property. And what's interesting, it gets all the information about your objects, right? And to this API with some examples. So this is example of a property actually I have into my org with some information. And you see the schema. The schema contains the descriptions, right? With the descriptions that are coming from what we updated with the help of Einstein. So that's available from here. And if you have a different report types, that would be the same as well. So to finish, you can combine all of that into what's called a notebook. So into a notebook, that's the latest feature we have in SF Explorer. You combine all of this information, right, into something like this. So you can retrieve information about your flow, about your model, right, into a single document that's interactive. So you can open the flows, you can add some actions and so on, and you can share that externally as well. So interesting feature. So hopefully you enjoyed this show, and if you have any question, don't hesitate.